Hi buddy, Paul back here from Ballistic Blood Bullets, going from comic book Venom all the way through to the more recent cinematic release of Venom and the home release from HMV of the limited edition special Steelbook and Funko edition of the release to home format. This is the 4K release. Really very pleased to have snagged this one because with the troubles that HMV have been having again, sadly, recently, most of all of their stock for new orders seems to have sold out, which means that they're really pretty much sticking to the initial orders taken and true to their limited edition numbers as well. So this one now is going to become very tricky to get hold of. Not looked at it myself properly yet, so sharing this pretty much with you. So let's just have a look around the box set itself. Nicely packaged, fairly sturdy, and as always with HMV, came sturdily packed as well, so no likelihood of damage in the post, which thankfully for me has been the case. Excuse me, bit of a cold at the moment, but just hopefully picking up here the information pertaining to the Blu-ray Steelbook release 4K. So you get the Ultra HD Blu-ray goodness here and the high dynamic range there, as you can see as well. Some of the information pertaining to the film, and all round very cool indeed. We'll have a look inside this one in a second. Most of you for sure would have seen Venom already. Obviously 2018 movie from last year now, directed by Ruben Fleischer, who also did Zombieland, of course, from 2009, and its upcoming 2019 this year released sequel Zombieland Double Tap. Looking forward to that. Quite good fun with the original Zombieland. And scheduled here is Ruben Fleischer again to direct also another film coming up with Chris Evans, I think, in the lead, of Jekyll. So that hopefully is in line with the reworkings of the Universal Pictures horror films, but hopefully with Jekyll we get more practical effects and less of the over-the-top special effects. And you know, these $120 million pictures, with the special effects, yeah, they can look good, but you know, when you're looking at an old school Universal horror film, nothing beats the sort of animatronics and the hand created effects. It's the way it should be, and hopefully they get it right for the upcoming Jekyll. But anyway, back to Venom, which is what we're looking at and talking about. It stars, of course, Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock, who conjoins with an alien symbiote, but rather than become totally taken over by the life form, he embraces it for good and becomes a parasitic anti-hero. But of course, it's far from plain sailing. Bonded to an alien entity, especially one as violently disposed as Venom. This is, of course, a Marvel Comics book characters currently under movie making contract with Sony Pictures. So it's going to be a while before we get that clash meeting on screen between Spider-Man and Venom. Maybe that will come round for number 3. I think maybe the upcoming sequel is probably again a little bit too soon, but who knows? Maybe there will be a little cameo from Spider-Man. That's one of the big on-screen clashes, of course, we'd all like to see, Venom against Spider-Man. But this first release of Venom is, of course, a $100 million production, but it has actually grossed multiples that around the world, proving very popular even for a restrained PG-13 film that star Tom Hardy has already stated quite often was actually shot as an R-rated film. So there is other material out there, then maybe one day we get to see a full uncut R-rated edition of Venom. You can only hope. Fingers crossed on that. But let's open this one up and look inside at a bit more detail of the Steelbook and the Venom Funko Pop. And here we have it, the Funko Pop in all its venomous goodness. Going to keep this one sealed. I always keep mine sealed. I know that there's two camps, obviously those that like to keep them sealed like I do, and those that like to take them out and display them in all their glorious goodness, put them up on shelves, which is absolutely fine. Either way is absolutely fine. Whatever your preference is, no problem at all. But this one looks pretty detailed, which is good. You get the tongue coming out there, which isn't always the case for the character, and you get some comic books such as these that show, you get variant cover editions with these, as I'm sure you know, and having the tongue out is one of the variants that they tend to use for the comic book. I don't know whether that's an in thing or a bit of an in joke or anything, but that's the way that they do it over at Marvel. And the comic books are very good reads as well. And as you can see, that's an issue number 1. This has been going on for about a year and a half now, this one. It's volume 2, volume 3, something like that. Because of course the character has been around for quite some time. But this seems to be a nice sort of Funko Pop release. Again, I'm not a big collector. Well, I'm not really a collector of Funko Pops at all. I've got now, I think, 4 in total. When a good one comes along, I'm interested, but it's not something I'm going to make part of my collecting. I mean, I collect movies galore and too many comics these days as well. So having a third, excuse me, having a third collectible sort of passion hobby, really, I think is a no-no. Really, too expensive. Good fun, but I think you've got to draw the line, that's for sure. So there we go. That's the Funko Pop, looking pretty good indeed. Let me know, you guys, if you've got this one, or if indeed you're going to pick up the Funko Pop on its own, or the Steelbook edition. I think probably, being obviously film fans yourselves out there, you're more likely to first and foremost go for the Steelbook 4K Blu-ray release of this one. And here it is. This is the HMV release. I was going to say exclusive, but I think that Zoom have now got the same Steelbook as well. That may well be something to do with the current issues that HMV are having, which again I say I really hope they do sort out, because HMV for me, and a lot of you out there as well, I know, really do prefer, probably first and foremost, to go to HMV online. Maybe not necessarily in store, like anywhere in store these days. You get people that are employed who aren't really perhaps the best people to talk about films to fans and collectors that come in wanting to pick up these movies. But online, they know their stuff, and you get good deals, and you get good service, and you get a good, safe packaging service as well, which is absolutely crucial when you're getting items such as Steelbooks and Funko Pops, of course. So there we are. As you can probably see there, got some tongue action again there, but also I didn't notice this the first time that I placed my order for this, but sort of going in very close there, you'll notice a part of the interior of the mouth with the sort of entrails is the wrong word obviously for the mouth part, but the sinews of the mouth and the jaw spell out Venom there. Tasty stuff indeed. Quite snappy for a Steelbook, but very nice indeed. See them together there. You know, it's pretty darn good. I'm pleased I made this decision. It was quite expensive, but the rarity value of it and just the fun factor of it, to have these, you know, pick them up, hold them, cherish them, just share them with people that are interested, that you know, come around occasionally. You know, it's good. It's good. Good things. A good talking point. You know, share these things, and of course enjoy the film as well, which I'm very much looking forward to doing so. Again, not seen the film, but reading up about it and quite excited and know a fair bit about it, and obviously being the comic book fan, shouldn't be too surprised with what comes up on screen. But some interesting sort of little tidbits about this one. In the opening sequence of the film, I'm not going to give away any spoilers here, but just tease some little tidbits here for you. In the opening sequence, there's a link between the Daily Bugle, which of course has got a famous editor, and that editor is the persecutor of Spider-Man. So of course there's a connection there straight away for future potential of, again, touched upon clash between Spider-Man and Venom. Venom is the poltergeist? Venom, excuse me. Venom is the penultimate big screen appearance to feature a cameo by the late great Stan Lee. And Stan the Man can be seen spotted playing the role of a dapper dandy dog walker in the movie. And then of course this year's release of Avengers Endgame is sadly his last cameo on screen for a big movie appearance, which he already filmed before. Of course he sadly passed away recently. What's really very cool point, which I found very clever indeed, and I look forward to spotting this myself. The co-star of the film with Tom Hardy is the character of Michelle Williams, who's called Anne Weighing, and Anne works for a law firm called Michelini and McFarlane, which of course comic book fans particularly will pick up on, as Venom's creators are actually David Michelini and Todd McFarlane, so that's where the joining of the barristers, solicitors, law firm in America, as it's known, come to be on the door and representing her. Nice little touch, that. I think that's really cool. And there's a lot to enjoy then about the film for moviegoers and comic book fans of the Venom character alike. And here's looking forward to the Venom 2 sequel with Tom Hardy, scheduled for 2020, so about a year and a half, maybe just under 2 years away, not long to wait. Excuse me. Just one other thing as well that comes with this nice limited edition from HMV. You get 3 collector's cards, and this is the first one. Again, apologies, not going to take the time to open up on screen here, but discover for yourselves. But this is the front cover one, so all taking in very much the part of Venom the character and sharing it with us, the fans. Really looking forward to seeing this one. There you go, lots of Venom there. Not so much Venom in my voice at the moment, apologies for that, with this cold that's encumbrant at the moment. But there we go, there's the old Funko Pop Venomous goodness indeed. Nice close up there, bit of tongue action. And of course the Steelbook there, and that very clever sinewy mouth Venom action. All very good, tasty stuff indeed. As the packaging, just remains me to say thank you very much for watching. Let me know if you've picked this one up, or say got the Funko, or you got the Steelbook, or you got a regular Blu-ray release, and what you thought of the film, and if you're excited by a sequel, and of course the potential meeting somewhere down the line of Venom and Spider-Man. There in the comic books you've got Venom and Deadpool. Who knows, maybe that could come as well. But till next time guys, thank you so very much indeed, as always, for watching. Really appreciate it. Take care, see you all soon. Bye for now.